Primetime. It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Friday. Yeah, we are going into a beautiful weekend with some hopefully beautiful weather. We've got some big news on this show here in XLP. I'm Matt Hayes. He's Leon Searcy. We got our coach Dave Campo with us. And we have Cleo Lemon coming up in the second hour as well. We're going to get into all kinds of Jags ball, all things going on. We also got a very special treat to kick the show off. It has nothing to do with football, but it will be, I promise you, just a mind-blowing experience brought to you by one Dave Campo. We already started the show off with a little hiccup, though. Leon, you got your headphones back already?
No, I didn't. 2 days in a row.
2 days in a row, Molly
I let it
McDonald.
slide. She is banned. She's
Our
banned from
fantastic update gal has now gone 2 straight days without giving you your headphones back.
Yeah.
You're now banned.
I told her yesterday during a break that you were really pissed.
Yeah, not really
she
pissed.
Still
Pissed.
made this crucial mistake.
First time it's an accident. Second time it's a trend. All right.
I'm starting to think
trending.
it's personal, actually.
Maybe a little personal. I don't know.
So we'll give you.
I'm not taking it personal.
We'll give you a quick idea of how the sausage is made. So we're all here waiting to get onto the show, and Molly does the update. And Molly didn't have a headset. She said, "Leon, can I borrow your headset?" And he kind of laughed and giggled. So yeah, if you bring it back to me like you didn't do last time. So we all laughed, and she did her update, and she walked away and didn't give him back to Leon. I think it might be personal now.
No, it's not personal. I don't take anything personal. It's just disrespectful. That's all.
All right, we got a lot to get into over the next couple hours. A lot going on with the Jags. We got to get Coach Campo's thoughts on the Jags. We got into this deep yesterday. We will continue to talk about it today. I definitely want to get into it with you with Trevor. We got into a deep conversation yesterday about Trevor Lawrence, the idea of this being year 5 and if it doesn't start to change. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you because I know you listen every minute, but I'm explaining to everyone else who may not have listened yesterday that we're now at year 5 with this generational quarterback, and the reality is if you get to year 5 and if he struggles again and again there's turnovers and again there's problems, then you got to start thinking, all right, where are we right now with this situation with the guy that you're paying $275 million for? So I don't expect that. You guys give me grief because you say I'm a Trevor homer. I think he's going to play really well. I think he's the goal is to protect him, and he will play well, and I think that's what they're going to try and do. So coming up in a couple minutes, Dave, we have a unique guest, and it has nothing to do with football. And we are a football-centric, not only show, but I think a football-centric station, actually. But this is different, huh? We've got we've got Aaron Boone, the manager of the New York Yankees, coming on. Your buddy, your friend. Tell everybody. No, he's not on yet.
Oh, I don't know if the guy. Listen, I'm new at this media stuff.
Coach is very nervous.
Yeah.
You are nervous. You're very nervous. He's just like you and I.
I'm not nervous. I met Aaron when I was a consultant out at USC. The last thing I did in the coaching business, and Aaron was pulling. I'm a big Yankee fan, so he was out. They were playing the Angels.
Right.
And he came over. He played at USC.
Right.
We had a good conversation, and we've kind of been together ever since as far as talking ball, talking a little Yankee baseball, and I'm excited. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. In fact, I believe we got Aaron on the line right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely excited. There are so many Yankee fans in this area, and we're excited right now to have the manager of the New York Yankees, Aaron Boone, on. Aaron, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're doing super. And, I've explained to the guys that we had a chance to meet each other out at USC. And I know you're a USC grad and a player, and that's exciting. And I'll tell you what, we appreciate you coming on.
Well, it's great to be on with you guys.
I'm going to start this thing off. As a lifelong Yankees fan, I have to start with one of the most dramatic home runs in baseball history. Your walk-off home run off Tim Wakefield in the 11th inning of game number 7 of the 2003 American League Championship Series. And beating the Red Sox, which is the number one thing. But my question is, was it a knuckleball? And number two, were you looking for anything on that first pitch?
So, yes, it was a knuckleball. I actually had faced Tim a number of times down the stretch in the regular season and then into that postseason, and really had about zero success against him. I did not like facing him. And he was having a great series. He was probably going to win the MVP of that series had the Red Sox won. But I was actually considering taking a pitch going up there, and I changed my mind on the walk to the plate. I was like, just get a good pitch to hit, whether that's the first pitch or the eighth pitch, whatever. Get a good pitch to hit. But definitely off of Tim, you're up there looking knuckleball and trying to. The old adage when you're facing a knuckleballer is if you see it high, let it fly. If you see it low, let it go. Because, it's so unpredictable and it dances so much. But if you get it up, at worst, it's going to fall down into the strike zone. And usually the one that's down is going to get you to chase in the dirt. So I just wanted to make sure it was up, and it kind of sat up there for me and turned into a good night.
Well, that's one of my biggest memories going way back, and of course I've watched the Yankees, since I was about 6 years old. So, and I'm 77, so that's a long time, Coach. Believe me. Go ahead, Matt.
So, Aaron, I was talking to Dave about this before we got on, and I used to cover the minor league baseball team here in Jacksonville in the early 90s, and Brett was, in the Mariners organization, and he was here, and I went on I went on like a 9-day tour with them on their bus, and basically wrote about being life on the road. And Brett was, far and away the best, kindest, most generous guy on the team. And there were a lot of major league stars in that team. That was a really good team. So I just wanted to let you know that. You can tell your brother that later if you want or not, or maybe you won't want to.
That's very good to hear.
Yeah,
and, I passed through Jacksonville in my AA year when I was in Chattanooga, so I got to play down there. So. Definitely some good memories there.
So I got a baseball question for you. You've been in this game for a long time as a player, as a manager. You've seen a lot of really talented elite players. Where does Aaron Judge fit in the group of the guys you've seen and coached that have been at the top level of the game?
Yeah, I'd say right at the top. It's just, I think. You look at his season last year, the season he put together in 2022. I would argue as great offensive season, certainly in the top 5, 7, 10 offensive seasons we've seen in the last 50, 80 years for context of the generation, right? Every era, is a little more leans offensive. Some leans a little more pitcher, but you look at the OPS he put up last year, and I think he was in the mid 1100s. And Juan Soto, who had as good a year as I can possibly imagine, had about 1,000 OPS. And so that difference between Judge and the next guy last year, even they talk about Shohei Ohtani, and obviously he had an amazing year.
Right.
You look at Judge though, it's over 100 points of OPS higher. So the only thing I can equate it to really is when I was playing in the 90s and 2000s was when it was a little more inflated, and obviously there were things going on in that era that that made it that way. But Barry Bonds compared to the next number 2 guy was that kind of separation. So I would equate it to what Bonds was doing, during his career as far as the last couple of seasons for Aaron Judge.
Now, Aaron, this is Leon Searcy. I played 11 years in the NFL and had the opportunity to play in the Super Bowl. But you're with a team right now, the Yankees, where the expectations is World Series every year. How is that having to deal with that pressure every year?
Yeah, we kind of run to it. We know what we signed up for here. We kind of first day of spring training, we understand what the goal is. We also understand it's so far away, and We got to do a lot of things that lead up to it. You know that in the football world, it's about your preparation and getting ready. Right now it's spring training, but that preparation continues every day during the regular season to hopefully put yourself in a good position to win a lot of games, to get an opportunity to go at it in the postseason. But there's pressure that goes with that. I think most of the guys embrace that, understand that is part of being a Yankee. And we always say it beats the alternative. It beats being someplace where, it doesn't matter quite as much. Like every single day, our 80th game of the year on a Tuesday on the road somewhere, it matters to a lot of people. And, I've always felt like that beats the alternative, that so many people care about what happens day to day with our team.
Aaron, since you started playing and really right now, since you started coaching, there's been a constant change with different areas in Major League Baseball. And do you like the technology involved? Are you so with it? What's your feeling about and even the players? How have they changed over the years for you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like it to a degree. Sometimes you wish, let's just go play, but you also understand the amazing advantages you can gain from all the information available and all the tools available to players now that can help them make them a little bit better or move the needle just a little bit more. So in a lot of ways, it's a bit of an arms race. I watch, for example, just watching pitching every day now, it's harder to hit than it's ever been, in my opinion. Playing 12 years in the league, it was all, hitting is always one of the hardest things to do in sport. And it was back then, but now when I watch these pitchers night in and night out, inning after inning, what these hitters have to face. And a lot of it has to do with all the tools available to pitchers to help them, make little adjustments, tweaks that makes them a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more explosive. The things they're able to do with high-speed cameras and how they, pitchers are able to change grips on pitches, how they're able to really outfit pitchers with what they should be, what they do well with the ball. Are they a four-seam guy? Are they two-seam? Whereas when I played, it was like you kind of you're trying to pitch down the way and spin the ball. But now we can say, no, this guy should have a four-seamer. No, this guy should be a two-seam fastball guy. No, this guy should be more of a curveball, or this guy's a slider. I feel like pitchers are outfitted with what they should be throwing and much more optimized nowadays. And it definitely makes it challenging for these hitters now to hit in this day and age.
I know you have a question on balls and strikes. How about that? How about that new system they're working with in training camp?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Look, I'm kind of the poster child right now for probably managers that argue balls and strikes as much as anyone. But that being said, I really feel like Major League Baseball has done a really good job of moving the needle with. I really think by and large the umpires are as good or better than they've ever been. And the difference is now we know if you miss a pitch by an inch or half an inch, and I'm usually all over you if you are missing those pitches, whereas back in the day, you didn't have that technology to know. It was kind of a different strike zone.
Right.
So I like the human element of it. I don't like we're playing with the ABS here in spring training where it's a trial basis. I like a little bit of the theater of seeing it up on the screen mid-game, but I don't like the challenging. I think these umpires are far and away really good at it now, and we put a premium on being really good behind the plate, at being good at the skill of presenting a pitch, the skill of receiving a pitch that I think would take a little bit of a hit if there was an ABS system applied.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you from the standpoint that, just watching the games, I think the umpires are pretty darn good right now. I think that's an area that has improved over the years for sure.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and I think some people are surprised to hear me, of all people, say that.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, I've absolutely seen it. Like, these guys have gotten really, really good, and they keep getting better. And I feel like the younger umpires that come up from the minor leagues that become part-time umpires in the big leagues or then get to full-time status continue to get better and better. And, so that's why I'm in favor of keeping that as it is and continue to just try and make it better and better. And I like that human part of it.
I've got a couple of others if you got the time. One of them is obviously the NFL should get full-time officials as well, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's an area I agree with you on. Along those same lines, I think the fans are interested in, analytics has become big in the NFL, but not as big as baseball right now. And as I look at it, how much does analytics come in with you or any of the managers on decision making in comparison to gut decisions?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a big part of your preparation. And then, the game itself is always night in and night out is gut related. I mean, basically I'm now, part of your preparation going into a series, going into a game is, a lot of that prep stuff is analytical stuff, or it's information. And frankly, the teams that are behind are usually behind in the analytical game are at a disadvantage, frankly. So it's part of the preparation that goes into the night, but then once 7:00 hits and it's the game, it's the game, and you're making decisions on people, on what your eyes are telling you on a given night. But the information that you do your preparation with, also plays a role in how you apply certain things, or in conjunction with what you're seeing on a given night with a given player or a situation that may come up.
It's still more gut instinct for you, then, is what you're saying, basically.
But yeah, more than people think.
Yeah,
I think people think it's just. So yeah, it definitely is, and especially on a given night, like there's always that rub where on the course of a long season, you're playing. Typically, you're in the middle of a 7 in a row or 10 in a row, where this decision influences tomorrow and the next day and the next day. So a lot of times that decision you're going to make in the 5th or 6th inning to take out a starting pitcher or not, a lot of times, you kind of want to weigh the balance of, if I take this guy out and go to the whip now with guys in the bullpen, that now impacts tomorrow. So anytime you can, get pitchers a little bit deeper in the game or get you a couple extra outs when it's in that, probably on paper not the greatest matchup, sometimes you have to do that. And that's where, the eyes come into play, and knowing your player comes into play, and knowing your team comes into play.
Well, the last one for us, there are some position battles and camp battles, obviously, in any training camp. And, Cabrera and Peraza, with third base, and you can name a number of them. The question, one of our young ladies that's on one of the other shows wants to know what's next for Anthony Volpe. Is there a battle going on with Lombard, a good young player, or where is he headed in your mind?
Yeah, so no battle, no. And I think Anthony's going to go to another level offensively this year. He's already arguably the best defensive shortstop in the league, like right there, 1, 2, 3. And he's had some good moments offensively the last couple of years, and really was outstanding for us offensively in the postseason. I think was a little appetizer of what he's going to be offensively. I think some of the adjustments he's made over the last couple of years, this offseason and into this season, are going to pay big dividends for him offensively. So I think we're going to start to see the offense really catch up with the great defense. And then as far as George Lombard Jr., no, I mean, this 19-year-old kid that hasn't not played, hasn't really even hasn't even got to Double-A yet. So I will tell you this. I think this kid is very real. His makeup is off the charts. He's starting to really grow into his body. This is a really, really special athlete that's starting to feel like the difference between him this spring and last spring physically is pretty large. But he's an elite defender already. Now he just needs the experience of playing and growing and continuing to develop on the offensive side of things. And he could ultimately be a guy that comes very quick. And, if that's the case, whether it's shortstop or another position where he's shown the ability to play really second, third, or short at an elite level. What I'm saying is this kid's future is really bright. And I think that he's going to have a long career as a high-end player. And hopefully we'll see how long it takes him. We certainly don't want to rush him, but I think he's going to be in the big leagues at a very young age.
That's great. Well, as we say goodbye, I want you to know I know you played in the Cape Cod Baseball League. So did I. So did I in 1969 with Bourne.
Where'd you play?
Bourne. I was a shortstop.
Bourne. All right.
Yeah. That was a great experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. I played in Orleans. We actually won the whole thing that year. I was the third baseman. Nomar Garcia-Parra was our shortstop.
Yeah.
Jay Payton in center. We had a good team, and what a fun summer. I
don't know if you remember Bobby Schaefer. Bobby Schaefer.
Yeah.
Bobby was in the league at the same time. We played together, and
oh wow.
Yeah.
Very
it's
cool.
going way back. That's going way back. But listen, we really are excited that you came with us on the show. We appreciate it. Best of luck against Toronto tonight, and go Yankees.
Awesome. Thanks. Great being on with you, and I'll see you down the road, Coach.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right, Aaron.
That's Aaron Boone, manager of the New York Yankees. Dave, we're going to have to get you your own show here.
Yeah, okay.
Well done.
That was sick.
I was nervous as all get out talking to him, even though I know him real well.
All right, we need to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to get into a lot of NFL and a lot of other stuff. That's a busy, busy week here. It's XLP.
Jags fans, here's your chance to score a trip to Green Bay for round 1 of Draft Night. Through the Everbank Draft Night Experience Sweepstakes, one lucky winner and a guest will be there live and in person to see the Jaguars make their first pick. To enter, visit everbank.com/draft by April 4th. That's everbank.com/draft. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry period from 3/3/25 to 4/4/25. For official rules, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/draft. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank N.A.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Mia O'Brien is going to be the first woman president of the United States of America.
Catch me weekdays from noon to 2 on Helmets and Heels.
And she could run later this year even, and I would vote for her.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota on 1010XL.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect pilsners and lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org.
For Canine Veterans Day, Navy Mutual would like to salute all active and retired canines that have served our country. Canine Veterans Day has been officially designated as a day to honor these unique members of our military. America salutes you.
Keeping kids active is a full-time job for parents. Look no further, though, than I-9 Sports, covering Duval, St. John's, and Clay to get your youngster in the game. Spring and summer registration open right now for flag football, soccer, t-ball, and basketball. Plus, all new girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows. I-9 Sports with fields and gyms all over 3 counties. And the best thing is I-9 Sports offers sports year-round so kids can always find a sport to play. i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here from the Blue Crab Crab House. February means the Mardi Gras menu returns to the Blue Crab Crab House. Gumbo, shrimp Orleans, blackened redfish, appetizers, dessert, and more. This includes, of course, their regular menu where you get crabs from the Alaskan waters, the Canadian waters, the Southern Georgia waters. It's only at the Blue Crab Crab House. Doors open at 4:30, San Jose, and of course, Jewington Creek Road.
The 3 words I'm about to say are the ones everyone wants to hear. Ready, set, go. To the Ready, Set, Go sales event going on now at Arlington Toyota. Mia here. The Arlington Toyota lot is jam-packed with inventory. There's over 800 vehicles to choose from. And as if saving big on a new Toyota wasn't enough, you also get Arlington's lifetime warranty and 60-day exchange with your purchase. Let's go and shop the Ready, Set, Go sales event at Arlington Toyota now through March 31st. In person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295 or arlingtontoyota.com.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
I'll give you $100, JJ, if you can repeat everything he said since the beginning of this song.
Oh my, no way.
Times they are changing. It's a lot going on with the Jags. A lot going on. It's a Friday here on XLP. It's a heavy metal Friday, actually. So hit JJ with your heavy metal suggestions for bumper music. All right, we got a lot going on with the Jags. Clearly, a lot of guys leaving. A lot of guys being told they're no longer services are no longer needed. Evan Ingram, Devin Duvernay, Darby, Josh Reynolds, Mitch Morse retires, Christian Kirk's traded. A lot going on, Dave. It's clearly the young guns are now making moves. We're, 2 days away from the beginning of free agency. So what's their first move right now? You got rid of a productive tight end, a highly productive tight end, actually. And now you're hoping Brenton Strange becomes that guy. You got rid of a corner who, frankly, played below average when he played, and he was a free agent last year. You lost a center who was a free agent last year because he retired. You lost a receiver when healthy was a good player, but Christian Kirk missed 16 games over the last 2 years. Where do they go, you think, in free agency? What's their first angle? And do they start with what they've been saying all along, big men up front, offensive line?
Well, I think that shows you with Scherf being a free agent and Morse retiring. First of all, before you even get to the Kirk and that group, it shows that to me that's the direction they're going early. Whether it's in free agency or whether it's in the draft, that's an area they have to get after, which we've been saying for 2 years. That's an area we needed to take care of. To me, they're going to look at guys like Dahlman, the center from Atlanta, who's a run blocker. We're talking about the run game. That's who he is. Now, they say he's not the greatest in pass blocking, but he's pretty good. Mm-hmm. And then Freeze, a guy from Kansas City that
I think would be really good here.
Yeah, I think that the offensive line is the first thing they're going to look at, and then number two is going to be the receiver position, in my opinion, because, right now, when you look at what they've got in that locker room, the one that, you'd have to put Parker Washington into the group, if you say who's going to start.
What else is there?
That's my point. And really, he's not the type of slot that Liam Cohen likes or the Rams like with Gladstone. They look for receivers that are versatile.
Right.
They can play inside and outside. And the Ingram decision surprised me because he's kind of that kind of a guy that can come in
that
and
flex
chip.
guy, yeah.
He can move.
Yeah.
He's not quite a real slot. He's a tight end, but he's that type of a guy. And he has some of the intangibles that they talk about. So that one surprised me more than Kirk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me, that's the biggest surprise of all of them, Leon. I mean, you're talking about a guy who not only was a productive player, but by all accounts, again, a stabilizing force in that locker room.
I mean, he was a productive player 2 years ago.
Well, he was last year, too, before he got hurt.
He got hurt.
Well,
that's
not our fault. That's his. I'm just being honest.
Man, that is cold.
It's true. Your best ability is availability, bro. I mean, that's.
Let me take you back 20 years, and I'm going to look at you and say, "It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Your triceps got ripped off."
Well,
your body.
it isn't. It's my fault because I punch with them all the damn time. But listen, a lot of the fans were upset initially yesterday when I was on social media, and I was saying, listen, this new regime has no loyalty to these guys. They didn't bring them in. I mean, these are bulky guys. So if they see fit to get rid of them and make room, make cap space and get guys to replace them, then that's their due diligence. They have that right to do that kind of stuff. No matter how much you love these guys at some particular time, it's time to move on. And that's just the business of football. I mean, it's a revolving door, bro. You're good. You're good. You're in the house one day, and the next couple of years you're outside. You're outside the house. Right. I mean, and just the way it's just that is how the NFL operates. Not personal. I mean, I know it was cold when I said it's not our fault he got hurt, but it's not. If he had stayed healthy, I'm sure if he had stayed healthy with the production that he did 2 years ago, there's no way he gets cut.
Kirk.
Yeah. I'm talking about Evan.
See, I'm thinking Ingram is because they think they got something in Strange.
Yeah,
I think that's why it was easy.
I mean, at a discount rate too, as well.
Right.
You got Strange, who's a second
plus
round
age,
pick.
plus age,
and plus age. Yes,
well, you got age involved.
Yeah, you got Strange, who was a second round pick. I mean, he's got a 4-year deal still left. He's young, and and
he's also half the player of Evan Ingram.
Yeah, he absolutely is.
Yeah,
but they saw the film and they said, well, we can utilize that guy. Now, Strange is not a flex. Evan Ingram is a defense
legit flex.
Yeah. He's a legit flex because he's a mismatch for corner, safety, linebacker, whoever that's on him. Strange has got to grow into that. He's not quite there yet.
He's not fluid.
No,
right? I mean, he's well. I think he's a pretty good player.
Yeah.
He's certainly not a fluid guy like Evan Ingram is.
No, he can be a move tight end, I think, but it's still when you don't say flex. I mean, there's no question about that. He's a tight end And he showed some good things. I think that's something. There's no question that the entire organization has gone young. They're going to go young. Now, with the salary cap that they have right now, it will allow them to make some splash free agent hires now. And I think it might be a receiver and an offensive lineman. That's and maybe even maybe the third or fourth corner in free agency. They're going to do something in free agency. But to me, I'm excited. Look, I'm optimistic anyway all the time, but
you are. You're a very positive guy.
When I look at this group, I look at a young coordinators, a young GM, and a young staff, basically, is energy. That's energy. And to me, that's exciting, that part of it. And now you say, okay, these guys know what they're doing because they're making changes. They're not standing pat. And we've stood pat for 2 years. I'm excited that they're going to make some changes, and whether it's right or wrong, we're going to see what happens with it.
So here's what makes me nervous, both you guys, is you're now looking at a wide receiver room. You're banking on a guy who's, you just said this, he's not really what they want in that slot spot in Parker, Washington. Gabe Davis, who was just an absolute train wreck last year in his first year in free agency. And it was partly injuries, Leon, no doubt about that. But even when he was healthy, he wasn't that good. He was dropping balls. I mean, Trevor was like visibly frustrated with him. And then you've got, of course, Brian Thomas Jr.
Right.
So you look at the free agent market right now, wide receiver, there's not much there.
Right.
There's Godwin, who you like. There's Diggs. Are you really going to pay money to Diggs? Yeah. Or Hollywood Brown? Or Amari Cooper? Are you going to give those guys money?
Yeah, even Slayton, right? Slayton
I don't know that you do that, right? Yeah. I mean, do you give those guys money?
No, you don't give them money.
Right, so I think the draft is going to be about receivers now. But how do you make the draft about receivers when your number one priority has got to be protect your quarterback? They've left themselves with two really big holes.
So let me ask you a question.
They're going to bring in a free agent receiver. I'd be one, whether it's Godwin, whether it's Cooper Kupp, whoever it is, and we've already talked about Cooper Kupp. I mean, he's injured and this and that.
DK Metcalf is on the
last 3 years. Yeah, DK.
Yeah, I mean, who would you rather have? Money, bro. Kupp or
last 3 years he's been injured though.
Yeah, I know it. I listen. Familiarity breeds content.
So what you're saying basically is he may be injured, but he's my injured.
Yeah, that's
is that
exactly
what you're saying?
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, in free agency, let me ask you a question. If they get Freeze and Mekhi Beckham in free agency, somehow they maneuver that, are you good?
I'm pretty happy. As long as they follow it up with two offensive linemen in the draft, yeah. At least, maybe 3.
Okay, well, that covers your 2 guards right there.
It's all right. They get hurt all the time,
We're trying to stay positive here. Matt already got him on IR.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's just that I've seen this now.
Yeah.
For years.
We've seen
years,
this,
man.
We've seen this movie over and over again. I'm just hoping that, listen, with the new guys, I'm just hoping we're in a new theater. We're not watching the same. Now, traditionally speaking, we say the Jaguars usually do Jaguar things. All right. I'm done with that. That was the old traditional way of thinking. Right? New young GM, young coaching staff, like Coach said, new energy, getting ready. Guys who are not available, they got to go. Right. I mean, I just like the whole new energy of what the Jaguars do.
Here's how we got to look at it positively.
Okay.
The positive.
I'm all for positivity, by the way. I'm all for that.
Listen, the positive is there are 2 things that are important to get a roster together. One is money. Okay? They've got $60 million
now. Is it 60 now?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
$60 million. Now you can get all your draft picks and some splash guys for 60. Whether or not it's the right guy is the key. The second thing is you got to hit on your draft picks. The more draft picks you have, the better chance you have to hit. And we've got the most draft picks on any team in the NFL for the next 2 years. And they won't use them all, which means they have the ability to move around and get who they want. Then it comes down to, how good are these guys at selecting guys? Because we have a chance to improve this football team with those two factors.
Let me tell you this. With what they just did in the last couple days, and if what Leon says is true, that they're going to go out and get a couple guards, which would be phenomenal. There'd be, people doing backflips down Bay Street if that happens, okay?
I'm with you 100%.
If they do that, Leon, I hate to tell you this I know you want Mason Graham, but if they do that, they're going to take Ted McMillan at 5. Yeah. They almost have to.
Yeah, I can see that. Because if they spend that money on the offensive line, which I have no problem with whatsoever.
Right.
You
can't start the season with BTJ, Gabe Davis, and Parker Washington.
I have no problem with it.
Even if you throw Cooper Kupp in it, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
You're going to know on Monday.
Right.
What they're going to do in the draft.
Absolutely.
Or I don't know, you're not going to know on Monday, on Wednesday, whatever. They're going to start negotiating.
Right, right.
And so you're going to know. That's why I don't even start looking at the draft guys really seriously until after free agency hits.
All right, I want to get into that because wide receiver just became a giant issue and a giant need. All right, we need to go to break. We'll come back on the other side. It's XLP.
Put some wedge in your next chassis adjustment.
He said he was a little bit free.
This Sunday at Phoenix, NASCAR is tuned up by Maxie's Mechanics on your NASCAR station. 1010XL.
Cannonball!
Honey, someone's in our pool.
Oh, refreshing.
John, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. Seeing as how me and the guys at Clearwater Irrigation reinstalled your sprinklers after the pool contractor ripped it out, I thought you wouldn't mind if I took a quick dip.
But in a Jaguar print Speedo?
Yeah, Dave. My bad. Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage, too.
Don here from Taco Lou. Now that football is out of the way and the weather is getting nicer, it's time for more golf. Well, for me anyway. But if you love golf and you love tacos, you come see us out at 12. Tacos on 12, that is every day at the Players Championship. We're celebrating 12 years out on the golf course this year, and man, we love it. And the Lou crew is looking forward to it. So much so that we're even open at the restaurant on Monday during tournament week. So no one will miss out on a banging shrimp or two. We'll see you live at the Players at Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
This Day in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 7, 1966, NBA legend Magic Johnson is the second NBA player to reach 10,000 career assists, doing so in the Lakers' victory over the Sacramento Kings.
Reclaim a pain-free life with Rebound Rehab. If you've been injured or simply feeling the effects of an active life, you can rely on Rebound Rehabilitation to get you back in the game. Sitting on the sidelines isn't any fun. Trust Rebound Rehab's team of trained physical therapists to get you back up to speed and feeling full again. Now more convenient than ever. 11 locations to serve you, including new offices in Riverside across from St. Vincent's, Point Meadows, and Middleburg. Just log on to reboundrehab.com to see all they've got to offer.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Millard Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Millard Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Millard Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Millard Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Homeowners, listen up. It's time to start fresh in 2025. Prosser here, and Loan Pronto is here to help take control of your finances in 2025 by lowering your house payments and consolidating that nagging debt. Did you know that 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto? Right now, Loan Pronto has some of the most competitive offers for refis, debt consolidation, and purchase loans, starting in the low 5s APR. If your current rate is over 6%, don't settle for paying too much. Even if you're in process with another lender, call Loan Pronto now. Lock in at a lower rate today and close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal. You can even skip your next 2 house payments. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Get your personalized Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees. Call now, 904-999-1508, or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLS consumeraccess.org.
Buying a diamond, wedding band, or piece of fashion jewelry in Jacksonville? You have 2 choices. You can go to locally owned Beard's Diamonds, or you can go to one of those mega national chain jewelry stores. The national chains are pretty much all the same. In fact, did you know that some of them are owned by the same conglomerate? Yes, the same Wall Street company owns all the big names. So if you're looking for extreme value with genuine personal attention, come experience the Beard's Diamond difference. At Beards, our diamonds come straight from the source. We hand select each one for maximum brilliance. We don't have to apply corporate markups and tack on salespeople commissions, so we beat the chains on price every single day. Beards has the strongest warranties, not gotcha clauses in fine print. Beards has all the top designers, including Tacori and Viraggio. Beards doesn't have out-of-state regional managers calling about sales quotas. We are all local, family-owned with total freedom to do what's right for our customers. Beards Diamonds, all the selection, quality, value, and service you want from local people, accountable only to you. Beards in the St. John's Town Center.
Have you tried golfing at the improved Cimarron Golf Club? If you haven't, tell you what, you're missing out on the best deal in Jacksonville. Now, many of you have received a postcard in the mail, and of course, if you bring that with you, $45 plus tax to play. That includes a cart, lunch, and a beer at the brand new Stone Barrel Tap House. Now, go to the website, that is CimarronGolfClub.com, and sign up for the Wild One Loyalty Program. That's the Wild One Loyalty Program, and get all of these specials emailed to you from Cimarron.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
How the others must see the faker. I'm much too fast to take that test. Changes. Turn and face the strain.
This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
You're a Bowie fan, right?
Every time I hear this song, I think about Shrek. Movie Shrek. I do. Oh, that's goofy. But this is a great song, though. Love it.
Yeah.
Yes, Bowie.
Man, Bowie's awesome.
Yes, we have a changes theme today.
Yes, we do.
Thank you, text line.
There's a lot of change in the air. All right, before we let you go, Dave, before we finish up this hour and let you go, I wanted to get your thoughts on the potential of any other bombs still to come. It's Friday. Typically, Fridays when you let kind of the biggest bombs go. Do you see anyone else possibly getting let go, being released? Maybe Foye Oluokun?
To be honest with you, I think
that's a leading question. Your Honor.
I think
it's a very leading question, but
I think they're in a cut mode. Let me put it that way.
Right?
Yeah. To me, they've made their moves on offense,
right?
And now it's time to do something on defense. So anything can happen. I think they're going to restructure Armstead. I'm hearing rumors about this Bolton, middle linebacker from Kansas City. So that's definitely hearsay, though. It's not.
You get Nick Bolton, you're going to be in good shape.
I mean, I don't have anything privy on that, but if that happens, it would probably be a Oluokun. Yeah. And I don't know if there's anybody else on defense.
Those two, Oluokun, Armstead, maybe Devon Hamilton. I don't know.
I think Hamilton. I think they'll go with Hamilton.
This is the way it's supposed to be, though, bro.
Yeah.
When you go 4-13, no one is exempt.
That's exactly right.
No one's exempt, bro.
Right.
I love it.
You are like the Turk, man.
I'm just saying, bro. When you 4-13,
you're more than the Turk. You're like the Grim Reaper walking around here.
I'm just saying, man. You can't. Do you remember how we used to have lifelong Jags?
Yeah.
Lifeline Jags.
We don't have the lifeline Jags.
Shatley's greatest strength is his strength.
Man,
don't throw Shatley in there, man.
Yeah, we was one of those guys.
Yeah, we had lifeline Jags that used to just weren't good, linger around, hang around, pick up money, and still be losing. Them days are over. I love it. Earn your keep.
All right. What about all those?
Earn your feed.
What about all those backup linemen? Are they all just going to be camp bodies? The backup linemen? Because
Hey, I'm hearing the kid from close here,
Cooper Hodges.
Hodges may not be able to play again.
Really?
I've heard that injury was pretty darn serious.
Wow, that's sad.
So that even lends itself more to really zeroing in on that interior line.
Listen, if they're getting rid of starters and letting them walk, and guys are retiring, the backups they definitely aren't safe.
Yeah,
they are definitely.
Well, they need camp bodies, don't
now,
they?
I'm telling you, they're going to be first in line when they open camp. I guarantee it. And that's what. Listen. The days of having these pleasure cruises, those.
Why do I have this image of like the Batman movie and Heath Ledger's walking away from the building and the entire thing just imploding? Why do I have this vision right now?
Those pleasure cruise days, as guys being comfortable sipping coladas in their little lawn chairs, them days are over.
One thing we have not talked about, and it happened like right after our show yesterday. What do you think about them trading within the division with Kirk? Did that bother any of you?
To me, I see that, and it makes me think like they don't think he's got any juice left. Why would you trade somebody within your division who clearly will be motivated to play against you, right? You got to beat that team twice. Why would you do that? So the only reason I think they did that is because they don't think he's got anything left.
Yeah, they're not worried about
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And he will be amped for us.
Oh, my gosh.
I hope they're not saying, hey, Houston's so far ahead of us right now and like where our teams are that it doesn't really matter at this point.
No, I also think that no matter whether they thought that or not, Christian Kirk definitely thinks that's what they thought.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I'm not hoping this, but if he goes 10 for 120 on us and 2 touchdowns, we are not going to be happy.
He also could go 1 for 7 and have a core injury.
That part.
Yeah. Calvin Ridley didn't exactly tear it out.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, he didn't tear it. He didn't do anything.
No. I just don't like anybody going to the Mayo Eaters or or Houston or any of these other guys. I don't like it, but I understand it. Just like you just said. I think you both said exactly
All
right.
right, so you're hearing Armstead could be renegotiated.
Right.
I honestly think one of two things: either Foyer gets renegotiated or he gets cut. There's no way you can have that kind of money on your roster.
That's a lot of money.
So it's one or the other.
Yeah.
So my guess is they're not done, and they're also not done at $60 million. They may get more than that on that cap, which is a key thing because if you're basically cutting it down to the studs, which they are, they're cutting it right down to the studs. That you got to have some money to build back up, and it also means like we said earlier, Leon.
Yeah.
We'll get in this second hour. At number 5 pick.
Yeah.
It's got to be wide receiver because you are not getting 2 wide receivers in free agency. The wide receivers in free agency are not.
Well, that's the thing.
They're not worth it.
Yeah, that's the thing. This isn't a big wide receiver class too. So that's why I'm looking.
It's also not a big wide receiver class in the draft either.
I'm not surprised. I would not be surprised if they didn't throw everything they got at Godwin and get him out of Tampa.
Just because Liam Cohen has familiarity with it.
Absolutely. What he did for them, they've got the money to make a splash. And if that, obviously that he's the kind of guy they want.
Well, then you're not taking Ted McMillan then.
No, that's why we don't know. I'm going to know on next Wednesday.
We'll know by next Wednesday, right.
I'm going to know who I'm going to walk in on next Friday, and I'm going to say, hey, listen, I can tell you who they're taking. I don't know if I can do that.
All right, so we will clearly know more. But this free agency begins on Monday, obviously. This is going to be I think there's going to be more stuff going on this weekend.
Yeah, I agree.
Even later today, maybe even during the Frangie show or during the Baloo show. Yeah. There's going to be stuff going on.
So Monday's the tampering, or it's free agency.
Yep.
The tampering starts on Monday?
The tampering, I believe, is Sunday, right?
The legal tampering does negotiations.
The day before, right?
Yeah, they're talking.
But they can't sign anything until Wednesday.
So Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Monday.
Believe me.
They're talking now.
Believe me.
Drew was talking weeks before.
When Butch Davis quit in Cleveland, I had to wait a month till Romeo came in to know I was going to get fired. But I had 2 jobs all lined up. Hey, there's a lot of jobs being lined up right now.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I know this job's lined up already, or else they wouldn't have cut guys this quickly in my mind.
Right.
So,
all right. We appreciate you setting up Aaron Boone, man. That was fantastic. If you guys didn't hear it, to begin the show, Dave Campo got us Yankees manager Aaron Boone. We had a nice little 15-minute conversation with him. Fantastic listen. Go on 1010xl.com.
Or YouTube.
Or our app. And anyway, any number of ways you can get it and listen to it again. It was phenomenal. Dave, we appreciate you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Same to you guys.
What are you doing this weekend, by the way?
What am I doing?
Yeah. Nothing? Hanging out?
No, heck no. I'm retired. I'm not doing a whole lot.
I can't wait till I can
Coach
say
does
that.
what the hell he wants to.
Right. I can't wait till I can say that. All right,
I'm looking forward to the players next week.
Oh, yeah, there you
I'm
go.
joining you guys,
that'll be fun.
I'm going Championship Sunday as well.
We just got our credentials. Joe looks like he's lost an entire person since that photo was taken. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
All right,
guys,
brother.
have a great weekend.
weekend.
Have a
All right,
great
Coach.
All right.
See you guys.
See you, man. All right, come back on the other side. We'll get deeper into the Jaguars and the crazy moves of the last couple days. It's XLP.
It's a Gator town. It's a Jag town. It's our hometown. 1010XL, home of the Gators and Jaguars.
Don't miss the Players' Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Learn more about the beautiful game of soccer and its impact on the River City.
What a beautiful thing to behold.
Get an hour of soccer talk on the Sporting Jax Soccer Hour.
That's all I want to know.
Tuesday at 6 p.m. on 1010 a.m.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA Golf Professional. Take it from me. If you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey folks, Hicken here for Zero Res. You're going to want to beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get one room Zero Resified starting at $53. Hey, and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Don't forget about your air ducts. Your air ducts sort of like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them Dan or 1010XL sent you. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Duck Duck Air Conditioning is here to save the day with a free AC system inspection. Call now, 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, duckduckac.com. Any required repairs are not included in the inspection.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren here from Helmets and Heels. When it's time for new tires, look no further than Big Chief Tire.
Their experts will help you quickly find the right fit, ensuring a safe and comfortable ride. With quality options, fair prices, and quick installation, you'll be back on the road in no time. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and roll into 2025 with even greater confidence, guaranteed. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and you got really cool things going on right now because there's new product coming in the showroom. Tell everybody about the Aprilia Demo Days.
March 11th and 12th. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to have the Aprilia Demo Truck. We caught them on the way back from Daytona Bike Week. They're going to be there. Come ready to ride.
Tell everybody real quick about Aprilia.
They are a bad Italian motorcycle. Nobody's ever ridden an Italian anything and said that wasn't fun.
Check it out. Cycles of Jacksonville. All the details on their Facebook page.
When you hear Florida Gators baseball on 1010XL, it's brought to you by Renewal by Anderson, the official window and door replacement partner of the Florida Gators, and Farrah & Farrah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. Are you tired of wrestling with your old shower curtain? Then say goodbye to the curtain chaos and hello to a new frameless shower enclosure. Wago Glass is clear, classy, and won't stick to you like a toddler at bedtime. Plus, it makes your bathroom look bigger and brighter. Upgrade your shower experience and step into style. Call me at Baker Glass and get ready to love your new glass shower enclosure. Baker Glass, no one treats you better.
Get your Irish up. The first St. Patrick Parade was right here in St. Augustine in the year 1601. Join the fun Saturday, March the 8th at 10 a.m. Be sure and wear your green proudly. More at CelticParade.com. Sponsored by St. John's Kelly, PBC.
I'm Max Fink here with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. The Miami Hurricanes opened up their spring ball practice this week, coming off an overall positive season with Cam Ward leading one of the most explosive offenses in the country. With Ward gone to the NFL, his successor Carson Beck now has the opportunity to lead the Canes where Ward couldn't, the playoffs. Although still recovering from his UCL injury, not practicing at full speed, Mario Cristobal chimed in on the impact Beck has had on this team so far.
As positive as you can have without actually having any kind of participation in live drills. Things happen so fast, less familiarity than the previous year. And so all that stuff, I would say relationships and leadership, they do take time, but everything initially has been super positive. We're really excited to see him healthy and working with our guys at full speed.
It's 71 degrees at 3:03. Time and Temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Now this is rock and roll. This isn't really heavy metal, but this is rock and roll.
No, we're just doing changes.
We're just doing changes songs. And this is Roll with the Changes. And a classic Mario. All right, we're back in XLP, second hour. We're talking all things craziness with the Jags. How about that update from Max?
So crazy.
That Carson Beck can take Miami where Cam Ward couldn't. That's got to cut deep, man. Both you guys. Both you Kane fans, that's got to cut deep.
I think it's disrespectful to Cam Ward. Obviously, it wasn't his fault they did not go to the playoffs.
No, we had a defense to play like the bad new Bears. That's the reason why we didn't go to the playoffs. He would score 42, and the defense would give up 45.
So Max's update was factually correct, but it was disingenuous at best.
Yeah. I
still love you, Max.
Yeah, me too. But I was watching the Hurricanes practice early this morning, and Beck he was doing RPOs. He's still not throwing, but he was doing RPOs. So he's gonna be a nice fit, bro. He is. He's gonna be a nice fit.
Sounds like y'all are making a lot of excuses. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
How are we making excuses? You saw the same games that we saw.
At the end of the day, no matter how bad your defense is, if your quarterback's good enough to put more points on the board than their offense.
Wait a minute. First of all, our quarterback had the number one scoring offense in college football. What else you want him to do?
score more points than the other guy. That's what I want him to do.
Gracious. At some particular point, you got to stop somebody.
All right, we're about, I guess, total over the last couple of days, we're about 50, 60-something hours into this craziness. The new regime has basically just thrown out there on everybody, and just here we are. This is us. Get out of the way. And it's impressive. I want to get your thoughts on the text line, 641-1010, brought to you by our good friends at Lifetime Enclosures. Give us your thoughts on the cuts. Are you upset for any particular cut? I would think that the only cut that really makes a difference for most fans would be Evan Ingram. I don't know about the rest of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Christian Kirk maybe, but it's hard to make a case to keep a guy who's missed 16 games.
True. That's facts. And I'm under the impression, listen, I've been in the situation when I was here in Jacksonville and the Jaguars asked me to restructure. I don't think that's the same occurrence that's happening here. I think the team is telling these guys to take a pay cut. Take a pay cut or bounce.
Well, it's funny you should say that because Evan Ingram, straight cut.
Yeah.
Did not ask him to take a pay cut. He was cut.
Yeah, because usually the organization is negotiable. They say, "Hey, listen."
That's coming straight from his agent.
Yeah,
by the way.
That's
within
what I was
the last
saying.
30 seconds.
That's what I'm saying. Because usually teams that have some interest in you whatsoever, they say, "Hey, listen, we want you to restructure." Because all restructure means is that they're going to reduce your salary and
more upfront money.
You're going to get upfront money,
right.
Whatever. So most guys will be like, "Okay, that's cool, or whatever." But if they just coming to you straight raw, they're just coming to you like a dog. Like,
that's raw is what they
They coming at you raw. They say, "Hey, listen, you take a pay cut or bounce." I mean,
they didn't even offer him that.
That's what I'm saying. Those are usually conversations. That's the conversation. Listen, those kind of conversations are said to guys like doing training camp. They say, "Hey, listen, go get coach want to see you and bring your playbook." That's what they're doing to these cats.
He's only making like 11. I think he was making like 11 million, right?
Yeah, and
JJ, look up his contract real quick, if you will. I think it was like 11 or 12 million, maybe.
I think it's 17.
For a tight end?
Some tells me it's somewhere between. It's like 13.
I thought he had like a 3-year, $40 million.
Was it
or something.
3 years, 39? Something like that, 42?
It was 3 years, 41.
41.
All right, so it's like not even 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13-7.
13-7. Well, in their eyes, that's too much.
Man, you just straight cut him without even asking him to take a pay cut. That's holy cow. That's a guy that, again, when healthy,
what do I say?
Not only productive, but probably one of your top 3, 4, 5 guys in the team.
Well, yeah, he had 1 touchdown last year.
I know that.
And he only had 346 yards.
Well, he only had 9 touchdowns in his entire Jacksonville career. That was sort of the thing. Like, he would get a lot of catches, but in the red zone, he wasn't very productive.
I think y'all forget how good he was, man.
I know. I'm not forgetting anything.
I'm not forgetting anything. I mean, he had 1 year.
It's easy to forget when you didn't play for the whole season.
I mean, he had 1 year where he had, 114 catches?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was his most productive
114 receptions, but less than 1,000 yards, which was odd.
Yeah.
963 yards and only 4 touchdowns that year. But, yeah.
All right. From the text line brought to you by friends at Lifetime Enclosure, the 529 says it's about time we get a management administration that has the sack to make the moves that are necessary to inform all others we mean business here.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. For the longest, we've been used to this organization, kind of, letting things slide, keeping guys around who really aren't that productive. These guys are not playing that. They watch the film. They're looking at the cap. They're looking at the numbers, and they're matching the numbers to the productivity. If they don't equal up, they got to go. They got to bounce. These guys don't. None of these guys none of these guys pick these guys. There's no loyalty to none.
I don't disagree with that. And I understand what you're saying. But at the end of the day, you're getting rid of guys to bring in guys that you're also taking chances on. Like, and I understand what Dave was saying about Godwin and bringing Godwin in because there's familiarity with him with the Bucs. You're taking a chance on him too.
Mm-hmm.
You bring him in and you give him a 3-year deal worth whatever, 45, 50. Guess what? You're taking a chance on him too.
I'm like this. I'd rather row my boat than somebody else's. Because if it's sink, I'm going down with it. I'm gonna row my boat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just believed in that notion. That if you're gonna be all in, you gotta be all in. You gotta do it your way. Either it succeeds or it fails. But at least you know this is what I feel is going to work for us. If it succeeds, if it fails, then it's your work though. That's what I believe.
So I think a perfect best case scenario, honestly, in my view, this is just my view. I want to get your view, and JJ, you can chime in too. The best case scenario for me, I think, with free agency, is you walk away with 2 interior linemen, be it a guard and a center or 2 guards. And if that means Freeze and Becton, that would be phenomenal. If you get 2 guys, and I've been saying all along that I'd rather have young guys to grow with them. But if your idea is to get veterans, guys that have been through the wars, because you realize that it's now or never for Trevor Lawrence, which it most certainly is. This is a now or never crossroads season for Trevor Lawrence. So if that's your idea and that's what you want, and you want those vets there to give you your best shot of dealing with those, what do you call them? The man-eaters in the middle, the furniture movers.
The big jokers. That's what I call them. 6'3", 350, 340, those guys.
So if that's your idea of what
Wide
you're doing, and they both said it. Well, Liam Cohen said it. James Gladstone said it. They both said the offensive line's got to change. They got to be better. So if you start there, there's no doubt where you're going at 5. 0 doubt.
Well,
in the draft.
Now, I was under the impression that you wanted young guys to grow with Trevor.
I did.
So you want young established guys in free agency to come within.
No, what I'm saying is I think that
young established guys don't make it to free agents.
Right. I think my point is I think they're thinking right now it's a crossroads season for Trevor. They can't wait for young guys to develop into good players.
Okay.
Like they've got to get guys in the interior right now that can help him out.
Okay.
That's what I think they're probably thinking.
So you go.
We're going to know in a couple days.
You go guard free agency, and then you go draft the center. Because you're not working with Fortner.
You wouldn't think so.
Fortner, he's shell shocked. He's done. I'm just saying, he was pulled from the annals, pulled for the ranks. He was made the scapegoat. I don't know.
He was 100%.
I don't know how much.
Maybe he spent the entire season just bulking up.
Right. You don't know that. He might be 335 right now.
Well, it may be. He may be. I'm only going by last impressions. Okay, so we go guard. More than likely.
You're just jumping with everybody else, undercutting him, man.
That was where I come to the white meat. My apologies. But no, if Fortner's not the answer, then you have to go draft the center somewhere, and maybe the 3rd round, somebody like that. You have to.
Or
what would you go? Would you go center guard to be happy, and draft the guard in the 3rd?
Either way, I just want 2. If that's your thought process, and this is my guess. My guess is their thought process is we cannot let this quarterback who we've invested all this money in have another poor season. Because if he has another poor season with a 3rd different coaching staff, then it's going to get in his head. And then it's going to get in everybody else in that locker room's head that, you know what? Maybe he's just a guy. Maybe he's really not a generational type guy. And I've been saying all along, I think he has that generational talent. And I think he will play well this year. I also thought he played well last year, and he didn't. But they also didn't help him out with that line. So
I just find it hard to believe that a 40-something-year-old coach and a 34-year-old GM are in like do or die mode in their first season, and that they'll think that they have to win now.
No, I think it's
agree
him.
with that at all.
I don't think it's that. I think it's him. I think the idea is him. If he goes through another year where he plays poorly, JJ. So that would be another year playing poorly with a 3rd different staff. That's got to at some point affect not only him but the locker room too. Would you agree with that, Leon?
Yeah. Well, him being injured and not playing well last year, there's already some subtleties within the locker room to say this guy is not who we thought he was. It has to be those conversations. They're not said in the locker room, but they're said in the corridors of the locker room.
Yeah, and that's what I meant. I understand what you're saying, JJ. I don't think they have to win now.
I don't think they're going to make off-season changes thinking, hey, we have to win immediately.
No,
because
I don't think so either.
Trevor playing well too.
No. I think you're missing my point. I think you're missing my point.
No, I get your point. But
I don't think they need to win now. I think they think they need to fix Trevor now.
Okay.
You can't wait and hope he fixes him in the next 2 or 3 years.
Well, then
that
would be just like, hey, we got to spend all our money on the offensive side of the football.
Right, which is what they came in and talked about. That's what, Liam Cohen and James Gladstone both came in and talked about the offensive line.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't want to make the comparison, but, Harbaugh came into a situation where his team was 4-13, and he manifested 11 wins in the playoff run.
And his quarterback before the playoff game had 24 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
Take that all day.
All day long.
I'll take that all day from Trevor.
You kidding me?
I'll take it all
day long.
If we can run the ball and protect Trevor and play solid defense, and he has 3 interceptions and 24 touchdowns, I'm on that train.
But also, to be fair in that situation, the Chargers were a much better roster. Brandon Staley was just an idiot. He's just not a good coach. So that's why they tanked.
Well, I mean,
they got rid of a lot of guys. They definitely got rid of a lot of guys.
Look at who they got rid of this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Mack is out of there. Bosa's out of there.
Yeah.
Years before, they got Keelan Allen. Allen was out of there.
Right.
Who else? Mike Williams was out of
Austin
there.
Eckler, yeah.
All those guys were out of there. So,
yeah, Harbaugh's a good coach.
He's cleaning the house. They was cleaning the house back then, too. He's still cleaning the house.
He's a hell of a coach, man.
Yeah.
He might be a cheater in college, but he's a hell of a coach. There's no doubt about that.
He had
All
to
right.
slip that in, didn't he?
I did have to get that in. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back, get more into the Jag stuff. It's XLP.
Let's take a look inside 1010XL.
Who wants the Grand Tour? That would be terrific. That would be great.
We have the drill in the morning.
Very amusing.
Jaguars today from 10 to noon.
Good.
Helmets and heels until 2.
Yes.
XL Primetime and the Franchi Show afternoons.
This is great.
Then Baloo and Hacker take you into the night.
All in one location.
1010XL.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at HodgesMazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Listen up, poker players. March is heating up at all 3 Best Bet locations. The Bad Beat jackpots are now uncapped, soaring to new heights. So don't miss your chance to win big. Plus, get in on the $42,000 weekend windfall, featuring $1,000 high hands every Friday and $500 high hands on Saturdays. And starting March 3rd, the Race to a Race promotion is back. For all the details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold and silver and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at almost $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about not looking at the rear-view mirror of unforgiveness. It's so easy to keep looking in the past when someone has hurt or offended us. What we don't realize that if we keep looking at the rear-view mirror of anger, it will cause us to miss out on the good things that God has in store right in front of us. Friends, looking in the rear-view mirror of the past will never give you peace in the present.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, congratulating 1010XL Scholar Athlete of the Week, Maya Brumley, senior lacrosse player at Sandalwood High. Maya's scholastic achievements include the National and English Honor Societies. Congratulations, Maya.
Here's good advice from your friends here at 1010XL. High Flying Jacko here, and the next time you need to send a gift for a birthday, anniversary, wedding, or just for the fun of it, call on the experts at Kuhn Flowers. For over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers does it right.
Have you tried golfing at the improved Cimarron Golf Club? If you haven't, tell you what, you're missing out on the best deal in Jacksonville. Now, many of you have received a postcard in the mail, and of course, if you bring that with you, $45 plus tax to play. That includes a cart, lunch, and a beer at the brand new Stone Barrel Tap House. Now, go to the website, that is CimarronGolfClub.com, and sign up for the Wild One Loyalty Program. That's the Wild One Loyalty Program, and get all of these specials emailed to you from Cimarron.
The
LPGA Stars of Tomorrow are at the Epson Tours Atlantic Beach Classic, presented by Access Golf, March 6th through the 8th at Atlantic Beach Country Club. Tickets available at AtlanticBeachClassic.com. See the ladies shine on the First Coast.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy, you look worried.
Worried? I'm apoplectic!
You're what now?
I'm freaking out, Jason. Stupid water heater crapped out, so I haven't showered since Thursday. I start smelling a little funky, blow my big corporate job interview tomorrow. I'll end up settling for some dead-end career selling spatulas on the internet.
Dude, stay cool.
There's nothing cool about a cold shower, Jason. I mean, I know how that sounds, but...
Bueller Air and Plumbing can get a new water heater installed today. The day you call. You could be smelling fresh again by dinner time.
Wait, you can do that?
Put on these sunglasses.
Whoa.
Is that cooler?
Oh, yeah.
Well, life moves pretty fast. If you spend much more time smelling like this, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hey, this is Coach Jason Gibson of your Jacksonville Sharks. I know the importance of a strong game plan, and that's exactly what I've got with Clay Solar Installation Partners. They did the install of the solar panels at my house, and I couldn't be happier. Lower energy bills, clean power, and a winning team that made the whole process easy. If you're looking to save money and go solar, trust the pros at Clay Solar. Call Karen at Clay Solar today and tell them that Coach Gibson sent you.
With the old, in with the organized. Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. Freshen up your home this spring with a custom organization solution. For a limited time, take advantage of our spring special and enjoy exclusive savings on closets, garages, home offices, and more. That's 40% off with an additional 15% off with 12-month special financing through April. Spring on this deal before it's gone. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation with Closets by Design.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
What do we got? Some Celtic music here, JJ?
Yes. I have a giveaway. I have a pair of tickets to caller number 4 right now, 641-1010, to the Celtic Music and Heritage Festival. That is this weekend, March 8th and 9th in downtown St. Augustine. Smells like a lot of beer and a lot of kilts maybe and a lot of, I don't know, what else? Potatoes? Sounds like a good-ass song.
I don't know about the men in kilts, but...
Well, they're the only people who wear kilts.
Are they?
Well,
yeah.
Enlighten me.
What about tilts and kilt? What's the bar?
The tilted kilt. That's
tilted
true.
kilt, right?
They're not going to enlighten me. What the hell?
A Celtic. It's like Irish.
Gaelic. Irish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I get it. Gotcha.
Like the Celtics.
Gotcha.
It's funny because the screensaver here on the computer here in the palatial digs of the 1010XL studios has a castle in Germany. So as I'm listening to that, I'm going, oh, this is interesting. It's certainly not Ireland, but it's got kind of a castle Gaelic feel
Euro
to it.
vibe.
Yeah, it's got some kind of a Gaelic feel
Everything
to it.
is the same to us over here on this side
It
of
is,
the ocean.
right? It's completely that. All right, listen, I wanted to get into this because there's a lot of you guys out there that I know are completely one side with Trevor. He's making it. He's the guy. Let's get the guys around him. He'll be fine. Don't worry about him. Then the other side is he's just a guy. And I think there's a lot more people taking sides. The greater percentage are these guys on the far sides. There's very few in the middle. I'm telling you right now. You're on one side or the other. So I wanted to go over this. And we were doing this in the break. And you start to look at these names, and then you start to see what I was talking about in the last break. It's imperative. And I can't say it any other way. It's imperative for them to fix Trevor Lawrence this year. You cannot let him have a fifth season of either mediocrity or turnovers or getting injured because you can't protect him. You cannot let him slip into a fifth season. Then you're literally looking at almost half of his career blown. These are all the number one overall quarterbacks selected in the history of the NFL draft. We're going to go one by one here, okay? And I want you to tell me, is Trevor Lawrence, has he had either a better career or is he potentially better? Let's just put it that way, okay? For the younger guys. So we'll start all in the old guys, and we're going to go through like the first 8, and it's not even close.
Yeah,
Let's start with, we're going to start with Terry Bradshaw. No.
Negative.
Right? Jim Plunkett. No. John Elway. No.
No.
Here's an interesting one. Vinny Testaverde. Is he destined to be Vinny Testaverde?
He's not. Vinny played 20 years.
You don't think this cat's playing 20 years, huh?
Who? Trevor? No, I don't think so.
All right, he's not Troy Aikman. Here's one. This is interesting.
Who?
This is interesting. Jeff George.
Jeff George?
A ton of talent. A ton of talent, Jeff George.
Yeah.
Never really got it together.
No.
Got the Falcons, I believe, to the divisional round. They lost to the Cowboys.
Jeff George was never going to consider generational either.
I don't know, dude. He was a elite player.
He was. I remember that.
He was a ton of talent.
Okay, let's say
I'm going to say no. Right now, no.
Okay, I was going to give Trevor a push.
You going to give him a push?
I was going to give him a push on Jeff George.
You should see Jeff George's career stats.
Okay, well, Trevor's only played 4 years.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give you the push. I'll give you the push.
All right,
okay?
gotta take the push.
Drew Bledsoe.
Negative.
Not even close. Peyton. Not even close. Here's an interesting one. Tim Couch.
Yeah, that one. I might have to go with Couch on that.
I don't know if I don't know that I would do that. I would take Trevor, but
Trevor's
I will.
already been in the playoffs. We're only going by the first 5 seasons.
Well, let me ask you a question. Did the
Couch
Browns
never did anything.
Did the Browns
didn't help him. No,
that's what I was going to ask you.
No.
Did the Browns do anything to help him?
No, but I also think that Tim Couch wasn't anywhere close as talented as Trevor Lawrence.
Okay,
so I'm going to give Trevor.
I'll give Trevor that one. Okay.
Okay, Mike Vick.
Negative.
Okay, here's another good one. David Carr.
Trev.
Really?
Yes.
David Carr won a playoff game.
Not in his first 5 seasons, I don't.
He might have.
He also broke the record of being sacked the most times.
He sacked 100 times in 2 seasons. Something crazy.
It's not his fault.
I'll take Trevor's first few seasons any day.
I'll give Trevor that one.
Carr.
Really?
I'll give Trevor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. I would have said more push.
It has been like 25 years since, but I'm not remembering those first few seasons going.
I think he did go to the playoffs. I might be wrong. We're going to look at that. Carson Palmer, not even close. No. Eli, not even close. Here's one. Alex Smith. Alex Smith had a couple good years, basically.
He did have a couple good years.
That's pretty much what he had.
And it was later on.
And it was later on.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Trevor on that one.
You want with Trevor?
Yeah.
I was going to push that one. But I don't have a problem with Trevor.
All right, DeMarcus Russell.
Yeah, Trevor's got that one. All right.
All right, now here's where it starts to get interesting because now we're starting in like 2009. So this is when basically it's not the modern era. The modern era of the NFL probably goes all the way back to like the 90s. But we're just going to say for sake of the argument, this is the Jag/modern era, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So 2009, Matthew Stafford,
negative.
Sam Bradford.
They may be the same guy.
Right?
Yeah, Trevor may be Sam Bradford.
Sam Bradford might be Trevor's, like his doppelganger. That's about as close as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor might end up being that guy. He might end up being that guy that plays again and then gets another contract because somebody thinks they can fix him.
If he's Sam Bradford, the fans are disappointed.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? It's tragic if he's Sam Bradford.
Wow.
Who was a great kid, by the way, in college.
He was a great college kid, yeah.
Sam Bradford was oft injured in his first 4 seasons.
He was.
But he did have more touchdowns than interceptions. How
many fumbles did he have?
A good amount.
Again, when he was healthy, he's pretty good.
Rushing stats.
All right, let's keep going while JJ's looking, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Next guy on the list.
Oh, he lost a lot of fumbles.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of remember that, actually. I kind of remember fumbling being a problem for him. Cam Newton. Negative. Andrew Luck.
Negative.
Here's another one. Jameis.
Famous Jameis.
That's interesting. Jameis has he has 54 interceptions, which Trevor has how many interceptions, JJ? Career?
I think so far he has 46.
Yeah. So Jameis has more picks in his first 4 years. I don't know about total turnovers, but Jameis also threw it around.
He did.
But the team records were trash.
Yeah.
For Jameis. He was not a winning quarterback.
I'm going to go with Trevor.
You want to give it to Trevor on that?
Yeah,
one?
I think I am.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, okay, I can live with it.
All right, the rest of these he's got problems.
Oh, you might as well not even mention the next.
Jared Goff.
Negative.
Baker Mayfield.
No.
Kyler Murray. Joe Burrow.
No.
Okay, here comes 2. Bryce Young.
I'd take Trevor's
I'll take
2
Trevor
seasons.
now.
Take him now. I'll take him now, right?
Yeah, I'll take him now.
And then Caleb Williams.
Obviously, Trevor was better his rookie year than Caleb. Even though it was a struggle for Trevor in his rookie season, I saw more of a ceiling with Trevor where I was like, okay, this guy's going to be decent. I didn't watch every Bears game last year, but what I did see, it was not great. I was not left thinking this guy's going to be okay.
I would agree with that. Although he did, and they did, that team just absolutely dismantled this team. And he looked like
Caleb
a Pro
Williams
Bowler.
could be a great player. I'm just saying this year I didn't see anything that made me think that.
Other than against the Jags. He looked like a Pro
Well,
Bowler.
that
against the
doesn't
Jags.
count.
Yeah.
And I know that's Jag bad, and I get that, but he looked really good in that game. I think Trevor's going to be more compared to the 2009 to his spot at 2021 than Bryce Young and Caleb Williams. So in other words, when fans here are thinking, okay, we have a franchise guy, they're thinking of Matthew Stafford. Like they're thinking of Cam Newton and Andrew Luck and Jared Goff. Like he was this generational type player. Joe Burrow, that's what they're thinking of. So that's whether Trevor likes it or not, that's his bar right now.
Well, you got to remember with Matthew Stafford, he played on a lot of bad ball in Detroit for a long time. What did he play? He played one playoff game with Detroit in his whole career before he went to the Rams. I mean, later on in his career, he had the success he had with the Rams, but initially, those Detroit teams were horrible, bro.
Yeah.
Very bad.
But he
was always
you could always tell he was
he was exceptional. He was just, you could always tell he didn't have a line, he didn't have this guy, he didn't that guy. I mean, kind of how we're referencing to Trevor. We're saying that Trevor's this amazing talent. He just doesn't have a bunch of stuff around him.
So the 955 on the text line says, listen to you guys. We need to draft quarterback right now. I don't want to hear anything about Trevor being good, especially from Matt Hayes. All right. I'm just telling you, hang in there on him, man. If they protect him, he will be the quarterback you think he is. And that's why I think what they're doing, I think in their head right now is we've got to fix him now. We can't wait any longer. We can't hope that in 2 or 3 years it's going to change. He's got to be fixed now. And if we start to fix him now, the rest will change with him. I think that's the key. And that's really key with any football team, right, Leon? If you've got the quarterback position figured out, the rest will eventually fall in place. And they really, if you think about it, for 4 years, they have not had the quarterback position figured out. They had it figured out for like 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
They caught lightning in a bottle. And other than that, I mean, I know you guys also always talk about the 2023 season. That thing was a mirage the first 11 games, man. You don't get annihilated by the Niners at home. You don't lose to the Texans at home with a rookie quarterback with 4 brand new offensive linemen playing in front of that rookie quarterback. You don't lose and get annihilated again at home by the Ravens. Those things don't happen, right?
No. If you're vested and this was supposed that year was supposed to be our turning point when this team decided
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Trevor MVP.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember?
That was all the narrative before the season. Jaguars are contenders. Trevor's contender for the MVP. I said it when we started struggling. I said this team does not handle, success well. You could tell when they start feeling themselves when they got 8-3, number 1 seed, and you crumble. We watched the crumble right before our eyes.
It was not pretty.
It was not pretty. It wasn't, man. It was a dismantling. And then, as bad as you played after you were the number 1 seed, you had an opportunity. Last game of the season, a play-in.
It's a pitiful
team. A team that had already packed it up. A play-in game to get in the playoffs, and we got destroyed by
a team with no quarterback.
No purpose. No
purpose, no need of any sort.
None. And we could not move the ball. We could not protect Trevor. We could not protect him. We couldn't run the ball or protect on a team that had packed it in. Well, listen, the U-Hauls were ready. They were thinking about vacation, and we still couldn't go in there and win.
Yeah, that was not.
That was not pretty.
Nothing about that season was good. And I know you guys out there, you always talk about, they were 8-3. If they could have just fixed it, no way, man. That was not. That 8-3 may as well have been 3-8 because that was the team that was out there. The Bills game was a nice game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice win. That was about it in the first 11 weeks of the season. just not any good. Even the win at the Texans, okay, fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just you don't. And we all actually should have known it when the Bengals game, even though Trevor got hurt. You should have known right then that, again, a backup quarterback comes in with nothing. You're at home on Monday night, and a backup quarterback comes in here and scores 40 points on you. That should have been an explanation right then and there that something is terribly wrong in Duval. And now here we are. About a year and a half later, and it's all new. The young guns are here, and they are dismantling this program. And it's interesting. It's interesting to see. I mean, they're getting rid of money. I bet they're not done. I'm telling you right now, something's going to happen this weekend. They're going to get rid of more money.
Good.
Right.
Good. You go 4-13, bro. No one should feel safe.
Everybody's open, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody's available for the slaughter.
Yes.
All right, we need to go to break. We're going to come back on the other side and finish this thing up. It's XLP.
Jags fans, here's your chance to score a trip to Green Bay for round 1 of draft night. Through the Everbank Draft Night Experience Sweepstakes, one lucky winner and a guest will be there live and in person to see the Jaguars make their first pick. To enter, visit everbank.com/draft by April 4th. That's everbank.com/draft. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry period from 3/3/25 to 4/4/25. For official rules, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/draft. Sponsored and administrator, Everbank N.A.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Update. The newest kids' crates from Panini hit shelves last week, as each one includes blasters of Prism Baseball, Donruss Soccer, Rookies and Stars, and Mosaic Football, plus a hanger pack of Prestige Football. It makes a great birthday gift. Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
Happy New Year from Big Chief Tire. Frank Frangie here. Start 2025 off right by keeping your car running smoothly. Whether you're traveling for work or heading out on a weekend getaway, their expert technicians will ensure your vehicle is in top shape. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule maintenance, repairs, or tire service. With Big Chief Tire's trusted care, you'll tackle every journey ahead with peace of mind. Start the year strong. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Call the deck guys if you want a brand new deck pavers or more. Call 904-813-2474.
TheDeckGuysJacks.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Plumbing problem? AC not blowing cool? Septic tank backing up? No need to call 3 different companies. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. At Duck Duck Rooter, we do it all. Plumbing, septic, and air conditioning with expert technicians in each department. One company, one call, one easy bill. No hassle, no runaround, just fast professional service from highly skilled techs who know their stuff. Need help? Call 904-862-6769 today and let Duck Duck Rooter handle it all. DuckDuckRooter.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 7, 1966, NBA legend Magic Johnson is the second NBA player to reach 10,000 career assists, doing so in the Lakers' victory over the Sacramento Kings.
North Florida is growing with lots of new families joining our community. If you're one of them making the move here, your next move should be a call to American Electrical to create the best home automation system, enhancing your living experience. There are many ways your life can be made easier through smart home technology, voice-activated systems, automated lighting, total house temperature control. With American Electrical, they've got everything you need to automate your home and make it your true oasis. Check out American-Electrical.com. Powered by professionalism and raising the excellence bar.
Where is the deepest canyon in the United States?
Filing an insurance claim following a storm shouldn't be an ordeal. Southern Oak Insurance's claim team prepares for catastrophic situations well in advance. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The deepest canyon in the United States is Hell's Canyon along the Oregon and Idaho border, about 8,000 feet deep at some point.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours. Your tax refund is here. Why not invest in your home? Superior Fence and Rail helps you build value with beautiful, durable fences that boost your home security, privacy, and curb appeal. With expert installation and financing options, turning your yard into an outdoor oasis is easier than ever. Reinvest in your home today with Superior Fence and Rail.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is Corona Premier. It's the light beer you didn't know was a light beer. Until right. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Now, Corona Premier, an unexpectedly light beer.
Corona Premier, a light beer with just 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. The premier side of light. For those that are active and on the go, pick some up the next time you're heading out to enjoy the day under the sun. Corona Premier, an unexpectedly light beer.
Don't miss the Players' Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that, fellas, nothing wrong with a little spring cleaning. Nothing wrong with a little spring cleaning. House is dirty. You know, you got to sweep out the dirt. And I'm not calling these guys dirty or anything like that. It's an analogy. I'm just saying, when you do spring cleaning, old stuff got to go.
Yeah.
Just the facts. I mean, I know it's cruel and harsh to say, but there's no loyalty with these guys from guys that they didn't pick up. They didn't draft. They didn't get in free agency, so they're starting fresh. What was that Seinfeld thing? So we're starting fresh.
Coming in fresh.
Coming in fresh. There we go. These guys right here, coming in fresh. And I can appreciate that. I like the fact that these guys are uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, for so long, this team, this organization has been a pleasure cruise. Guys come in here and lay up.
Lifelines.
Get fat and drink and sit in their lounge chairs and go afloat. Hey, these guys are shaking the tree, and I like what's falling out of it.
All right. I like it. My takeaway is, when I was growing up, baseball was my sport. I loved baseball. Loved it. And just got away from it. The last, 10, 15 years, 20 years even. But, boy, talking to Aaron Boone today to start the show, thanks again to Dave Campo and to Aaron Boone. Just a fun interview. Got a little baseball chill, JJ. Got a little bit, you are a baseball guy. There's no doubt you are. I got a little baseball fever back in me.
I'll holler at you on opening day. I'll bring you a Braves hat. Let's do it.
Yeah,
should be all in this year.
It was fun to talk a little baseball. It's fun to hear him. Like I like when guys talk like the X's and O's of baseball, And he's definitely an X's and O's guy of baseball. It was interesting how he was comparing Aaron Judge to Bonds, and it was also pretty cool how he got there's a lot of going on in that time. So he was basically saying, what Barry Bonds did clearly inflated, and allegedly. What Aaron Judge did
allegedly.
Oh, come on, man! What Aaron Judge did last year was insanity.
Barry never got indicted or implicated, did he? Okay,
innocent. As far as I'm concerned,
in this country, innocent until proven guilty.
I don't think McGuire did either, but
Hey, listen.
I've seen a lot of hat sizes, though. You don't see a lot
looked
of
like
grown
one of
men's
those.
head grow like
what was
that.
the Avenger with like all the muscles all over his body? What's it?
The Hulk?
No, the other guy, the orange guy or red, whatever he was.
I don't.
The Thing.
Is that what he was called?
Fantastic Four. Thing. It's called. He was called Thing.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four. It's called the
So
thing.
McGuire looked like the thing, but he didn't get caught either.
He's innocent in my book.
Neither did Rafi Palmeiro.
All are innocent.
I don't want to get into the allegations about Judge, but it's more along the line of balls being juiced.
Yeah.
At Yankee Stadium.
Right.
So
right.
There's some fishiness there too.
Neither did Brady flipping Anderson, who hit 52 home runs one year.
I remember that year.
Remember that? That's back when I liked baseball, JJ. I was, Orioles fan.
That was probably like 98.
52 home runs he hit one year. Brady Anderson. I'm sure that was just working out. That's all that was.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
never happened again.
Just
Never happened before.
Just got serious in the offseason about lifting weights. That's what that was.
Matt Hayes, until you've done it, you'll never know what getting serious in the offseason means, bro.
Yeah, so the year before he hit 50, he had 16. And the year after, he had 18.
I mean, I'm sure it was just
his career
he didn't
high
feel like
was
working those other 2 years.
24 besides the 50 home run year. So nothing fishy about that. Was just seeing it really well that year.
Didn't get caught, though, Leon.
No.
That was 96.
96. Good for him.
Like Barry, didn't get caught. See, I like the fat baseball guys like Tony Gwynn.
Mo Vaughn was
the
one
greatest
of my
hitter ever.
favorites.
The greatest hitter ever was fat. I love that.
Yeah, that's
Love
what's
it.
great about baseball. You don't have to be an Adonis.
Right.
So that's sort of like golf, but more athletic than
Like
golf,
maybe the
obviously.
second greatest hitter ever was like a skinny little rail, Rod Carew. Love it. Love it.
Okay.
You don't have to be like these juiced up guys. You just got to be a good ball player.
I love that photo of Aaron Judge standing on second base next to Jose Altuve. And it just shows you can really look any sort of way and be good at baseball.
Let me tell you this, bro.
Altuve's like 5 foot whatever, if you guys don't know.
I still have a baseball card of Griffey and Bonds, okay, in their rookie years. It's their rookie card. They're standing next to each other. You would not believe what Bonds looks like. It's like a skinny guy is what he is. He looks like Rod Carew is what he looks like.
Okay. Now, I was from the D.C. area.
He lifted weights a lot, though, Leon.
Yeah. Well, that's how you do it. That's how I do it. I mean, you know what? I want that same chill that you had. I think I'm going to go back to my days. I was born in D.C. And I remember, was there Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murray.
Eddie Murray with the Orioles.
Yeah, great player.
Okay, well, that's what I'm doing. See, I think I need to pick a team to roll with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna jump back in.
Yeah. The Orioles were pretty good last year, weren't they, JJ?
Oh, yeah.
They
The
weren't
Orioles
bad.
have a great young core. They're going to be good for a long time.
That was my
Nice.
team growing up, Leon.
Okay, all right. Well, I was born in the D.C. area, and I remember my pops used to watch the Orioles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie Murray was a great player.
Okay. Yeah.
500 homers. Just phenomenal player. All right, so we were talking in the break, Leon. You were saying you expect maybe another cut to come this weekend, maybe more stuff coming down. We talked about Gabe Davis, and then JJ told us that his dead cap hit would be $20
Yeah, Gabe
million.
Davis will be on the
He's
team
not
next
going anywhere.
season.
He will be on the team.
I think Savage will be too. I mean,
What's his dead
is
cap?
10.
What's Foyer?
Give me a sec.
I think if you're looking possibilities anyway, Dave Campo, our coach, was talking about he's hearing rumors about Nick Bolton from the Chiefs, middle linebacker, possibly joining this franchise. And if that's the case, you're not keeping Foyer. That's no doubt about that.
Yeah, Foyer's is 22 dead cap hit for 2025.
22 mil?
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, the potential out for him would be after this season.
Right. I can tell you someone else who's not going anywhere.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. Find the coolest cats in town at coolcatsjacks.com.
What in the Sam Hill's going on over there?
I actually am going somewhere. I've been released. This will be my last show. But it's been a pleasure working with you guys.
What is going on over to the Mecca? Cleaning house, man.
Yeah, it's look, it's exciting, I think. I mean, I would have kept Kirk and I would have kept Ingram. But but I've got no problem with them saying we're gonna switch it up. And I have no idea what Liam Cohen prioritizes at the tight end position, what he prioritizes with slot and things like that. I mean, he hasn't been in the NFL all that long.
Right.
And he just got here. So, they need to build this thing the way they want it built. They need to find the kind of players that suit what Liam Cohen is looking for on both sides of the ball. And so if, Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram are two of your best players, but if they don't really fit in terms of what you ideally are looking to get out of those two spots, then you got to release them. Now with $60 million, you save, you have to set aside $10 million to pay for your draft class. So they have $50 million and they will spend to that. So I'm excited to see. I mean, this next 3 or 4 days, I mean, it should be once we get to Monday, and it may happen before then because they certainly could make a trade or something like that. But it is going to be this next week. How the team looks when we do this next Friday is going to be much different than as it looks as we talk right now.
All right, so we were talking earlier, and I want to get your thoughts on this. I made the point today that there's not an urgency to win right away, but I do believe there's an urgency right now that Trevor's got to get better, and they have to do everything they can to fix him because he can't go another year of struggling. You can't go half of his career of him struggling.
Without a doubt, and I think they're looking at it like, well, if we had to pick, hopefully you have everything, but if you had to pick one, I think they are really prioritizing he needs to be able to step into throws confidently.
Right.
And if that means sacrificing a little bit on the perimeter in terms of, obviously they have Brian Thomas Jr., who's outstanding, but in terms of building that room around BTJ and at the tight end position, maybe they'll go a little cheaper with it because I think they look at it as he's got no chance if he doesn't have confidence that he can step into throws.
Right.
And that was what really resonated at the combine with Liam Cohen and James Gladstone is setting the dish, as Gladstone calls it. Like he needs to be able to feel like he can step into throws. And so I think that's priority A, and it makes sense with Baselli as EVP that it's going to be heavily geared around, that Chargers method of, what Harbaugh did last year. He came in, he said, we've got these flashy, nice, proven receivers that are expensive. We're getting rid of those guys because I'm going to take, all my resources that are available and I'm going to invest in Joe Alt at right tackle and down the line. And if you believe in your quarterback, if you protect a good quarterback, they don't need outstanding weapons to produce. And that's where I think, just reading the tea leaves on the moves they've made, that's where I feel like Liam Cohen and James Gladstone feel is our quarterback is talented enough, but we've got to protect him. And if we protect him, he can make Brian Thomas Jr., Brenton Strange, and then whoever else is in that mix, Parker Washington, Gabe Davis, he'll be able to do enough so that we can have success. But it felt like a rebuild yesterday, but I don't believe that's what this is. I think it's just them looking to get what they feel like are upgrades. So it should be really exciting. We'll get to all that coming up on the Frangie Show. Pete Prisco will join us at 5 o'clock, so we'll get his thoughts as well. So should be a fun Frangie Show as if we get ready for the weekend.
By the way, in the words of Hacker, you're talking dirty to me, and I kind of like it. All right?
That's what I do.
All right. Awesome.
All righty. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, bro.
You're talking dirty to me, and I kind of like it.
Thank you, Hack. All right. We're coming back next week. We will be at the Players all week. Joe C will be back from his PGA Tour work. I'm Matt Hayes. He's Leon Searcy. JJ, great job, man. We'll see you all on Monday from Sawgrass.
This is 1010X.